Welcome, everyone. Giles and Jenny and their families want you to know how grateful they are you're here and making this a special day for them. They might have done this without you, but they're glad you're here too. Marriage symbolizes an ultimate intimacy between two people, and this should strengthen the individuality of each partner. A lasting marriage always finds room to grow, and it's out of this resonance between individuality and union that love is born and reborn. And although we're not perfect, love can be made perfected in us. Marriage then is a promise, a potential really, made in the hearts of two people who love each other and which takes a lifetime to fulfill. It's a beautiful day, and you're here with good company and great fun, and you both look pretty good, I've got to say. This ring is a symbol of my faith and love. I honor and cherish you with all my heart for all my days. Hopefully it won't come off.
Shackles.
No comments from the peanut gallery out there. Would you join hands, please? Giles and Jenny, by the power vested in me by the state of California and by the authority I have as a minister of the good news, I pronounce the two of you should be husband and wife. Giles, would you like to kiss your wife?
Ladies and gentlemen, Susan would like to say a few words.
But you sound so good. He sounds so good on the mic. My name is Susan, and I'm a friend of Jenny's from college. I'd like to first say congratulations to the beautiful and happy couple. They are beautiful. And Jenny especially looks is so radiant. Jenny and I met during the first week of Cal Week. That's when we were moving into our dorms. We were in an all-girls dormitory called Stern. It was like Girls Gone Wild rated G. So as I prepared my speech, I reminisced a lot and wrote a lot about how I should try to describe Jenny. And that's when I realized something, that I always had some sort of huge girl crush on Jenny. She's the friend who I have loved and admired for so long. And I feel fortunate because I think it's very true when they say that friends are the family we choose. I have no doubt that Jenny will be an amazing wife to Giles because she has been an amazing friend to me. Theirs is a relationship where there are intangible threads of affection, comfort, and thrill between the two of them. Even when their rooms apart, you can still feel the warmth of their calm romance. With all my heart, I wish you the best for your lives together. And years from now, you'll both look back on this day, your wedding day, as the day you became a couple for life. Cheers.
All right, the drinking may begin.
For those of you who don't know me, I am Jenny's older, wiser sister. So I understand completely why Giles could not resist her. Jenny's not just my sister, she's the best friend I've ever had. And I know I can count on her for anything as long as I don't make her mad. We grew up poor on a rice farm, eating kimchi from a pot. I'm kidding. We grew up in LA and our family had a yacht. Trust is important in a relationship, so I promise I'm not lying. She's 11 years younger than me, which would make her 29. Jenny likes the finer things and she doesn't like to fail. I've seen her knock an old lady down to get a Prada purse on sale. Jenny is very competitive and takes winning seriously. When she babysits our kids, she always wins at Monopoly. Jenny is the queen of fashion. Her outfits make people yearn. It's hard to imagine, But when we were kids, we had matching poodle perms. We almost lost Jenny to show business, as some of you may remember, when she starred opposite Keanu Reeves in the movie Sweet November. Jenny and Giles represent two cultures spanning many borders, and they never would have gotten together if it wasn't for that restraining order.
I'd like to say also how fantastic all the bridesmaids look and are. Absolutely amazing. And how absolutely stunningly beautiful Mrs. Giles looks this evening. I'd like to say a thank you to the families of Jenny and Giles for doing such a fantastic job, I'm sure you agree, in bringing them up. They're two great people, and it's a real pleasure to see them married today. So, you know, I knew something in Giles's life was changing when he started behaving like Paris Hilton towards the Chihuahuas, absolutely adoring them. And then, you know, it was fantastic that Giles proposed to Jenny, and very, very pleased that she said yes. So well done. Anyway, on to the stag do. Now, it wouldn't be complete without a tale about the stag do. We decided to have it in a place that's sort of Disneyland for drinkers. You'll know it as London in the UK. And I got a great group of his friends. You say you can judge a man by the quality of his friends, and everyone was absolutely fantastic. We hopped on one of the high-speed boats from the centre of town out to a really nice place called Woolwich. We drank the boat dry in preparation. It took us an hour to get there, and it had no booze left on by the time we got off in Woolwich. And we went to this really nice dive bar. Anyway, so we continued on. We drank on the boat, and we off the boat, and we went to have food and all sorts of stuff you do in a stag do. And eventually, at about 12:30 at night, very early, there were four of us, me, Giles, and a couple of professional drinkers from the City of London, that actually said, look, you know, we've had enough. We weren't falling down drunk, but we just were exhausted. We'd been in the sun, we had a lot to drink. Off we walked, and there's a real London institution called the Pride of Spitalfield, and it's a pub. It's having what we Brits call a lock-in. I guess over in the States you call it an illegal after-hours drinking session. Knocked on the door, and sure enough, welcomed us in with open arms. And I told everyone it was Giles' stag do, and Giles is flagging a bit at this stage. They found out he liked Stella, and they just wouldn't stop giving it to him. More Stella, more Stella. Poor Giles the next day. We got him up. I took him for breakfast because I'd planned something that's fantastic. For a thumping hangover, you feel physically drained, you get a great big headache. So what you want is to go onto a racing track with about 30 other people in a twin-engined, really fast, 50 mile an hour, little go-kart, but there's no safety on it or anything, really twisty. Lewis Hamilton, if you know the F1 guy, trained on this track, and do an endurance race for an hour, being shunted and bumped and everything else around. And so, you know, when he finally got out of the cart and stripped off his racing overalls and took the helmet off and was sweating, and he looked like a broken man. And then I knew I had absolutely, finally done my duty organising this stag do. So I would like to join me in a toast to Mr. and Mrs. Day.
It's supposed to be over, it's not at us. Right, the drinking may begin.